If you're looking at a syndicator, either us or someone else, you want to check that track record. You want to first make sure that they do have experience in real estate, successful real estate. Bad experience would not be a good indication if they've lost somebody's money. And then the second thing you want to make sure is that they understand a business plan and how to execute on a business plan. Hi, everybody. This is Brian Lucier with another Why Not Real Estate Golden Nugget. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the qualifications you should be looking for in a syndicator. First, probably the biggest hurdle to get over is experience in buying rental real estate properties, especially apartment buildings. The second hurdle is business experience. Does the syndicator have some type of business or educational background in executing and creating a business plan? For us, that would be a value play to increase the operations of the property. So those are the two prongs most investors want to get out of the way and clarified before they think about investing their money with a syndicator who's going to be responsible for taking their money and giving them a return on that investment. So for BHB Group, I can talk for ourselves. Over the last 20 years, we've purchased over 18 different apartment building complexes, most of them smaller properties. And these were not syndications. These were just singly held by my wife and myself. We've purchased these properties, managed them themselves, increased the operations. So we've got 20 years experience in taking a property, seeing a value add situation, and then executing that to increase the revenue, decrease the expenses, and increase the overall value of the property. And we've had a lot of experience doing that. For the execution of business plans, I myself have started several different companies, marketing companies, holding companies, property management companies, and there's a few other properties or a few other businesses in there that we've successfully created a business plan and executed that business plan to the point where here I am now in our condo in Aruba, where I'm creating this series for you to just educate you more on what it is that we're doing in the process that we're doing. So for our experience side of it, we've been doing this for 20 some years. Our combined team, I'm actually a third generation property real estate investor, and my wife comes from a fourth generation investing in properties in Seoul, Korea. Her grandparents and parents invested in commercial and real estate property, and they were buying sections of Seoul, Korea when it was farmland. So they had the vision and insight to see the potential of property and what it could be. And I myself started carrying plywood at the tender age of 13 from my father, who was a builder. So I've always been around construction, always been around builders. But it wasn't until later in my life that I became interested in property management as an entrepreneur and what would that look like. So for the past 20 years, we've been buying properties. Since 2001, we have been managing properties, our own properties. And for the last 6 years now, we've been an asset manager for other investors, for other properties. So right now, we are an asset manager for a portfolio just north of $90 million. A lot of that is smaller properties, and then there is one large complex that we are on the board of directors for. And this is an exciting project for us because it's a wonderful property in the Caribbean, where I am right now. And what we're trying to do is look at the operations, make it the best resort we could have on the island. We want to decrease expenses, look for revenue income streams where you can generate more revenue. We want to keep the property values up, and we want to overall just work on the operations of the property to streamline the process and make the whole property run better. So that's a challenge in itself, but you get to do it here in paradise, so that makes it kind of fun. As far as the business end of it, we have bought and sold companies. I recently just sold my marketing advertising company, which was Lucier Illustration and Design. And that was a very successful company for a very long time. Oh my God, I think I started that one back in 1996. And just in 2022, we officially closed the door of that so we could focus more on our syndication business and all of the rental properties that we're dealing with, and just making sure that we're securing deals that are going to create a return for our investors. So just to cap up what this golden nugget was about, if you're looking at a syndicator, either us or someone else, you want to check that track record. You want to first make sure that they do have experience in real estate, successful real estate. Bad experience would not be a good indication if they've lost somebody's money. And then the second thing you want to make sure is that they understand a business plan and how to execute on a business plan. So if they're going to buy a property with a value add situation, some proposition, that they can clearly identify and communicate what that business plan is trying to achieve. And then from the very day of closing to execute on that business plan and put all the plan into place, again, to reduce expenses, increase revenue, increase the value of the property overall, and to increase the operations of a property. Typically, at the end of that, there would be an execution date on the business plan to either refinance out the property and pay the investors back. And then we could talk about in other golden nuggets how that return would roll out, or the execution may be to just have a disposition of the property and actually sell the property. So whatever the business plan, whatever the property, every property is different, every deal is different. So I don't think there's one business plan cookie cutter situation for every deal and every property. So I hope that you found this Why Not Real Estate Golden Nugget helpful on what you would try to look for in a syndicator if you were going to invest your money with them. This is Brian Lucier from BHB Group, and thank you for attending another Golden Nugget.